Hello, I'm Jesse White, Illinois Secretary of State.
This is Danielle Mitchell with Average Black Girl.
Hey, this is Don from Our Voice.
This is Jeff Badu from Badu Tax Services.
My name is Agbe Dima.
My name is Olivier Kamanzi.
This is Chatto.
My name is Eme Adibe.
And you're listening to Progressive Mind.
Progressive Mind.
Progressive Minds with your host, Alinko, on WGHC 98.3.
It's every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. on WGHC 98.3 FM.
This is Sana, host of Progressive Minds. You can also call me Alinko. Join me every Tuesday between 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. We'll be coming your way with topical issues that pertain to our community, issues that relate to you and I. Join the #1 community building show in the entire world as we seek to uplift our community. If you're outside the range, just download the TuneIn app on Google Play Store and search for WGHC. If you're an Apple user, just go to your App Store and download WGHC app. You can also ring 563-999-3221 to listen to us live. Search for Progressive Minds on Facebook, like the page, and turn on your notification. You can also catch us on YouTube by searching for Progressive Minds. Progressive Minds, to whom much is given, much is required.
Come together, see some tribal wars and fight. Who knows better, most do better. A source of collective insight may not be exposed to education, but surely know from right. Africans with African pride, fighting to attain our rights. Want no more shedding of blood for this nation to move forward. Africans with African pride, fighting to attain our rights. Heading up blood for this nation to move forward. Say, hey, we need a motivation. Teach I to be self-sufficient. Don't want to depend on no one for attainment of my brain. Oh, these words are my calling. Children crying white squad tears. Hunger rampant, harvest plenty. Ooh, oh, Africans with African pride. Fighting to attain our rights. Shedding up blood for any nation to move forward.
Hello, wonderful people. This is the Progressive Mind Show here at WGHC 98.3 FM. I'm your host, Sena, a.k.a. Alinko. Beautiful weather today. Only had a few rain here and there. Short rain this evening. I think we will take it. It had been very hot and warm, and for this time of the month, this time of the year in Chicago, I think we're lucky to have this kind of weather. We pray that it continues like this all the way to the end of the year. Someone is laughing at me. But yeah, it's the 25th of September 2018. We're back here to serve you. If you just join us and you live within the northwest side of Chicago, just tune it. You should tune it 98.3 FM. If not, download the app if you're an iPhone user. And then for Android users, just search for Tuning Up and then download Tuning Up and search for WGHCFM. Today, we're discussing the topic Black Beauty, the essence of it, the stereotypes, and what we have come to know and what we need to know about it. The people that are going to be helping to discuss this having this wonderful discussion are in the presence of Dr. Naima, who is here in the seat. We are waiting for the third guest, who is Maximilian, but Dr. Naima T. Malachi. Dr. Naima T. Malachi is a social psychologist. She's an author, and she's also the president and chairman of Dope Incorporation. Beside her is Cherise Archie, who is a freelance makeup artist. She's also a former colleague at Bimo Harris. Okay, and then Chatto, who is not new to this show and this station. She's the founder, CEO, manufacturer of Chatto products. Looks like because of the weather, I think Captain Mike had is stuck up somewhere in his flight, so he wasn't able to make it this evening. We will take a short musical break. When we come back, we will dive into the discussion. Please stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. We shall be right back.
Free Africa, a free Africa. Free Africa, a free Indian Africa. Free Africa, to all entire Africa. Free Africa.
I was lost inside the desert fortress, circling round my head, but thanks to God now I made it out of there. I was just another sheep inside the belly of the beast, but thanks to God now I made it out of there. Guru Guru Meje Leshe, I am a farm, hallelujah. Guru Guru Meje Leshe, I am a farm, hallelujah. Guru Guru Meje Leshe, I am a farm, hallelujah. Guru Guru Meje Leshe, I am a farm, hallelujah, hallelujah. This ain't lucky, no. Can't you see the hand of heaven is upon me? This ain't lottery, no. This is 40 days and 40 nights. Sick you shall find. I say, Mama, so to your hustle.
This is WGNC 98.3 FM.
More blessing to the Talika. May God give you all the barika. More muscle to your hustle. More butter to your bubble. More blessing to the Talika. May God give you all the barika. I was lost inside the desert vultures circling around my head, but thanks to God now I made it out of there. I was just another sheep inside the belly of the beast, but thanks to God now I made it out of there. Guru Guru Meje Leshe, I am a farm, hallelujah. Guru Guru Meje Leshe, I am a farm, hallelujah. Guru Guru Meje Leshe, I am a farm, hallelujah. Guru Guru Meje Leshe, I am a farm, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Welcome back again to the Progressive Mind Show. Here is where we build our community conversation by conversation. You can watch us now on Facebook. Search for Progressive Minds, all one word, and then share the feed if you come on there so your friends and our friends can participate in this discussion. You can also send us an email if you have any questions or want to contribute to what we're doing to info.progressiveminds@gmail.com. Well, that is how you can reach the Progressive Mind Show in terms of contribution. If you want to listen to our radio station 24/7, we are available on the app for iPhone users, downloaded from the App Store. For Android users, you would have to download the TuneIn app and search for WGHC. Alternatively, you can dial 563-999-3221. 563-999-3221. You can listen to us 24/7 on this number, and then our website is also available. It's wgacfm.org. We are a community radio station. Our existence and our sustenance depends heavily on your contribution on the community that we serve. If you have been listening to us, if you've been following us, you like what we're doing and you want us to do more, please visit our website now and make your monthly contribution. $10 per month or even $1 will go a long way. So please, 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 we know the difficult part is you leaving a set and going on the website and taking your debit card, but please sacrifice for us, because day in, day out, there are a lot of people that come here to sacrifice for our community. All right. Like I said, we apologize for not giving you the health, fitness, and sports update. Hopefully next week we shall get it back on. Captain Mike never misses. If he has today, we know it's because of the weather. Mind you, he's a pilot, so we definitely understand that. And then Maximilian, who is also on his way, would be joining, would be helping with the discussion this evening. Black Beauty. Let me go to my panel. Again, I already introduced you, but Cherise, Archie, like I said, you're a former colleague at BMO Harris. I used to see you. We used to see each other, right? Did you know that I was doing something here at WGSE?
No, I did not.
You had no clue, yeah?
No, I didn't.
One of the reasons why you don't see me at BMO Harris is I found my true love. That's why you don't see me, all right? So I'll leave corporate for you guys. Hopefully sometime I'll join you guys. But it's wonderful to have you here. I know you just got out of work. How is work?
Good.
Good? Okay. And you freelance as a makeup artist on the side?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Chatto asked you a question before we started the show. She said, how good are you? I want to repeat that question. How good are you when it comes to makeup artists?
I'm good.
I like the confidence.
I'm good. I don't say like, oh, I'm okay. No, I'm good.
You are the bomb.
Yes.
Dr. Naima Malakai.
Yes.
Oh, I got it. Okay. You were a psychologist.
I'm a social psychologist.
Great.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, and you're also an author, and you are the president of DOPE.
Yes,
All
I
right.
am.
Welcome to the Progressive Minds and
Thank
onto
you.
WGAC.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Chatto, you don't need an introduction, but I'll do it. Chatto is the manufacturer. She's the CEO. She's the founder of Chatto Products. If you go to Whole Foods and look and you ask for Chatto Products, it's all over the place. She's been doing this for over 30 years. She's a master of all she surveys. Wonderful lady here. Thank you so much for joining the show this evening, Chatto.
Anytime.
Let me ask you, when you're not working, when you're not doing what you do, what are you interested in? Like, any of you like sports or going out, having social life? How's the social life like? If you want to share with us, Cherise, I'll start with you.
Well, outside of like work, like my 9 to 5 and then my part-time job, I read.
Okay.
I actually play video games.
All right. All right.
I go out and I help friends plan events and stuff like that. So I help them get events together and different things like that.
Okay. You don't continue your corporate work at home, right? Some people take their computers home and they are sitting down and they're still working.
I do, but I try not to. Like, I try to give it a break.
What's your favorite computer game?
I play The Sims.
The Sims. I thought you were going to say Call of Duty.
Actually, I play Halo. You do that? Yes.
Okay. And then what's the basketball one? NBA. What's the
2K?
2K. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then you play FIFA?
No, I don't play FIFA.
Of course you play FIFA. Yeah. The reason why I asked FIFA is I love it. It's my passion. And I knew you didn't play, but I just want listeners. I want listeners to know that that's my passion. I love it. Dr. Naima.
Yes.
Do you go out to party and have fun with your friends when you're not reading?
No.
Okay.
So I actually went out for the first time, like by myself, hang out with a friend for the first time in like 16 months because I have a baby. I have a toddler.
Okay.
So I spend exuberant amount of time with my toddler who's 16 months, and then I have a teenager who is 17 years old.
Oh, okay.
So I have a 16-year difference in my children,
right.
Which keeps me pretty busy.
Right.
So I really, I like to go out. I probably need to go out a lot more than what I've been going out. But my focus is really at home right now.
All
That's where my focus is, just with my children at my home.
Okay. I know the same goes with Chatto. Only her kids are grown up now.
Oh, yeah, see?
So she's not going home, she's not looking to go to his 2 boys. They are all grown men and successful men.
See?
2 young boys. Teddy is into solar. He builds solar and then fixes them on homes here in Chicago. He has his own company. He's
28.
21, right?
28.
Oh, 28.
Oh. Yeah.
And then Ozzy is 27.
30.
30. Okay. I'm okay.
Ozzy is older than 2 years apart.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Okay. And Chatto is very businesslike. From work she goes home to rest. What else, Chatto? I mean, you watch some movies?
No, when I'm in the car, like right now, I'm reading Leonardo da Vinci
book.
That's
nice.
So I read histories of people to see how, because I didn't even know he didn't even go to school, but he became one of the best scientists and artists in the world. So those are the things I love reading. Awesome, yeah. So if that's what I read in my car. But I don't read book. I let it read to me. So I put it in the CD so that when I'm driving, I have a quiet time and listen to it.
You see,
and until I get home.
So now nobody has an excuse to say I'm not able to read because of time.
Right.
You have audio books.
Exactly.
So reading is good. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Okay, beauty has been, black beauty especially. Should we even talk about black beauty? Because should we talk about beauty? Beauty is beauty, right? But from inception, I mean, from history tells us that, there has been some stereotypes when it comes to black beauty in particular. Why should we be the only ones that have stereotypes when it comes to our looks? And so, I think it befits that we talk about this.
Right.
A lot of people have lost their confidence. A lot of people do not even want to look and identify themselves with their true identity. So, Chatto, from the African perspective, based off how you're a Ghanaian and of course lived here in this country for a long time, based off what you do, from the African, what is defined? How would an African define black beauty or natural or say beauty? In essence,
you cannot define beauty to identify it to just human beings.
Okay.
It can be anything, object, animals, anything. Or you can even use the word beautiful. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Okay. Let's be realistic. But at the same time, how do you define it? Are you defining the beauty physically beauty or inner beauty?
Okay.
That's what you have to consider. Which one are you defining? Because somebody might not be beautiful to you as you think, but she has an inner beauty which is exceptionally great. You can't even buy it. So
let's zero in on African beauty.
It's all
African, like black beauty. Back home, or what would an African typically classify as? Oh, that's a beautiful lady. Because naturally, men are not associated with the word beauty. Okay, we'll say handsome. Well, no, we just typically will say men are handsome. I mean, they won't say you are beautiful.
Well, why not? They can say you are
that
beauty.
adjective?
Yeah, now you can tell. Nowadays,
so now
somebody and say, wow.
I have the positions already. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. If we can use the adjective beauty for men as well.
Yeah.
What's the African perspective of black beauty?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'm going to tell you a story. I went with Teddy to South Africa to a show, an expo. And then there was one of the group, because it was selected by the state of Illinois. The lady was almost like 300 or 280 pounds.
Okay.
About 5'6". And she is so big to the extent that she herself felt uncomfortable when she was walking.
Okay.
So when we get there, the next to our booth, there was a black guy there. And then she asked Teddy, she said, oh, who is that lady? Teddy said, oh, we came with her from Chicago.
Right.
Then she said, ooh, that's my kind of woman.
Okay. That was Teddy, right?
No, the guy said that.
Okay.
Then Teddy said, oh, really? She said, oh, yeah, that's my kind of woman.
Okay.
So everybody has a way of accepting what is in front of them.
Right.
How do you consider beauty?
Okay.
Me from Africa, I know you have to have some physical structure, features for you to be considered, because over there, you being slim is not considered a beautiful person.
Okay.
But being, chubby. But at the same time, looking at it now, people are paying $20,000 just to get fat and put it on their butt to have the figure we've been looking for, we've been talking about all this year. So looking at that time, we have to consider that natural beauty versus artificial beauty.
Okay. I wanted us, that's exactly what I was going to get your direct perspective on, because I know growing up in Ghana, when they'll say a lady is beautiful, it's when, like you said, when she has certain types of features. Right? And her face is looking a certain way. It's when you say, oh, that's a beautiful lady. But if you didn't have steady body features, your face could be, you could have, pretty face and maybe nice hair, but the word beauty might not be necessarily associated to you because you are lacking those physical features. I mean, those...
Even naturally, if you can see people who are really big, obese, has the most beautiful face.
Okay, but I'm saying is that's what in the past. I mean, growing up, that's what we've grown to know. But Dr. Naima, from your perspective, what has been a trend? I mean, from the days of old, what has been classified as beauty up until today? I mean, if you can give us maybe some historical knowledge on what beauty has been classified to be.
I think black women from beginning of time, Cleopatra, Queen Nefertiti, we've always been absolutely 100% stunning. Okay. The issue is that people try to tell us over time that we weren't.
Okay.
And I think the trend now is that we've come to acknowledge that we are, and we're owning it, and we don't care how anyone outside of us defines us. We know that we got it.
Okay.
And I mean, that's really apparent if you look at a lot of the media. If you look at women, and I'm going to, bring up Kendall Jenner, and not Kendall Jenner, but Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, things of that nature. Women who emulate black women, and I almost want to say appropriate our culture. They're doing it because our beauty is what is recognized as magnificent, and that's it. And, even if you want to go back to slavery, which people always make the argument, well, slavery happened 300 years ago. What does it make a difference on it? It makes a difference, okay? It still has an impact. But a lot of the slave women were being what? Being taken as sexual property for the slave masters, right? So despite the fact that he had his white wife there, he was still lustful after what? Black beauty. Okay. So, of course, they would teach us that our beauty is not what is distinctively beauty or acceptable by all cultures, but I absolutely 100% do. And the trend now is that we know it. That's the trend.
That's the trend. Cherise, your opinion on the historical effects, or historical activities that has affected this perception that people now have when it comes to black beauty?
Well, in the beauty world, makeup trends have changed everything over time when it comes to people's looks. Like as back in the day, it was more natural beauty, pretty beauty. People didn't require all that. But now, as we move in today's world, we can see the trends changing. Right. You can see more women actually require makeup and different things to actually leave the house in the morning. They don't wake up and they don't, like me. Even though I wear makeup, I don't wear makeup to work every day. I wear makeup when it's an occasion, but it's women who wake up every day that I see at my job who put on makeup every single day, and you will never catch them outside without makeup. And so it's just crazy how the world has changed, and this perception of beauty that you always must have this face, and you must always look this certain way. You can't come out with your natural hair, your natural face, because being judged or men not having interest in you because you don't look like the girls on social media.
Right. Okay. So thank you for the submission. I'm still trying to see how history has played a role in how people see black beauty these days. An article that I came across gave me an insight. So say back in the days, and you mentioned the days of slavery, right? So maybe the mistress would say, call your hair. So she will ask you, for example, the mistress will ask the slave lady or slave woman and say, what do you have on your head? And the slave lady will say, it's hair. And the mistress will say, no, it's not hair, it's wool. Call your hair wool, okay? And so an example like that, right? And several other examples and incidents like that do you think that those types of things have eroded what a true black beauty is? Because your natural hair contributes to your natural beauty. Like you said, it should be acceptable. It is acceptable. It makes you who you are. It's naturally beautiful. But those things right now do not necessarily, now is becoming popular. People are doing natural hair. But for some time, it wasn't seen as, or it wasn't condoned as a beauty when you had your natural hair. So would you say that those activities, when it comes to slavery, has negatively affected the way people see black beauty?
I wouldn't say that it's becoming popular now. It's not a...
No. I know, but I'm saying is, would you agree that those type of activities back in slavery have affected negatively how people pursue or perceive black beauty?
We don't even have to go as far back as slavery. We can just go back to like even the 1960s and assimilation, right? Okay. And when we were, once segregation happened and we started having to assimilate to American culture, or even before segregation happened and we started to have to assimilate to white beauty standards. Mm-hmm. Even now, when we go to corporate America jobs, right, we may have to assimilate to a white standard of how we're supposed to keep our hair, right? Or if we wear our afro to the boardroom, they may look at us like your hair is wild and you're supposed to have kept hair. But in all actuality, my hair is just growing from my head just like your hair grows from your head every single day, right? So oftentimes our natural look gets misconstrued as wild because it's not understood by other cultures, right?
Okay. So what is considered our natural look, Chatto?
So me being a stylist, I noticed that I've realized that once upon a time, you cannot wear your natural hair to work, period, in this country. Okay. You will be fired, or you have to find another way to wear a wig or something to enhance it, to cover it. At the same time, we have about 32 different texture of hair. Okay. So it depends on what you call natural hair. Somebody might have a texture where she can, like Dr. Naima, the texture of her hair, she can really wear it, and you cannot, it can be a Jewish hair or anybody's. The only difference that differentiates black people from any other human being is our hair. Otherwise, you see an Indian who is darker than you, but because you see his hair, you know right away he's an Indian.
Because it's curly?
Because it's not curly, but the straightness of the Caucasian look, of the Asian look, you can tell she's dark, but she's from India. Okay. Or this is dark, but she's Jewish. Okay. Or she has a curly, wavy hair, but she's a Jewish. So our hair is the only thing that differentiates us from any other human being. Other than that, and our features, because every culture, naturally, from God given, from where you are born, give you a specific figure. Right. That differentiates you where you are, and your bone structure. Even if you are dead, and they couldn't find you 100 years, when they pick up your bone, they can deduce from your bone structure what ethnicity you are.
You come from, okay.
Yes.
And even if you think about it, like when First Lady Michelle Obama was First Lady, there was, I believe it was a senator, someone who came and she was doing her campaign and she was talking about how to be fit, and her whole platform for First Lady was fitness. And there was someone who came in and say, why is she talking about fitness when she's not even in shape? She has basically saying that her derriere was too wide. Okay. Right? But that's
can you, what was a different
derriere, her butt. I don't want to use the wrong term for a butt when it comes to First Lady Michelle Obama.
It sounded like French.
It is a derriere, right? It's a white house English. I had to make
I hear you. Thank you for giving us a white house English.
So, she got comments in the White House about saying that she wasn't fit.
Because she had a derriere?
Yes, because she has a larger derriere.
I mean, how okay.
but she is fit,
right?
Because that's how a number of black women's bodies are shaped, right? And you can tell she's fit because you can look at her arms, you can look at her stomach, you can look at her legs. That's a fit woman with the larger derriere, and that's kind of part of what I was saying as far as people still not understanding what black beauty encompasses. It doesn't encompass just your particular ideal shape of a woman, right? We have these different features, these different hair, and so on and so forth, and people are just not understanding that.
Cherise, what encompasses black beauty? She mentioned people are not understanding what encompasses black beauty. In your opinion, what do you feel that encompasses black beauty?
Black beauty is the way just a black woman presents herself. Whether it's how you present yourself.
All right.
If you're a woman, I think if you just stand up as a woman, as a black woman, looks don't mean anything because we can change our appearance at the drop of a dime. We can change our hair, our style changes and everything. So I feel like the beauty comes from within for me because that's the way you perceive yourself as a black woman. If you wear weaves but you hold your head tall and and you don't take anything from anybody and you perceive yourself and you're just into the culture and different things like that. That's my perception of like black beauty. It's who you are. It's the way you stand up. It's not necessarily a look because we can change looks so many times. Like it's so crazy. Like a lot of Caucasian women, a lot of white women, they don't have options. Like we can go to braids, we can have dreads, we can have wigs, we can have weaves, we can have natural hair. We can do anything. We can transform it at a drop of a dime. So I don't think it's all in the look. It's the way we carry ourselves with the looks that we have.
Good. Okay, we have a caller on the line. I'll come back to you, Cherise. She made a very interesting point, and I would like you to chime in on that. But we have a caller on the line. Please tell us your name and where you're calling.
Hello.
Yes, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Angie. I'm a student.
Okay, please go ahead, Angie.
I just wanted to make a comment when the caller was saying what is black beauty. So I agree with what one of the callers was saying, that it comes from within. But dealing as a black woman, but with light skin, curly hair, sometimes we get a bad rap, just as black women also, from other black women who feel because our hair is curly, because our skin is like that, we're not considered like the norm of black beauty. So we've gone through that.
Can I talk?
Yes.
Okay, and honestly, sister, I 100% get it, and some of that is leftover, and part of that is just what we have continued to carry over from slavery, right? Because we're still talking about the field slave, and we're talking about the house slave and who was in the house, right?
Exactly.
And we continue to carry that attitude around with us, and within our own culture. Yes, I would say as I was growing up, you would really get the light skinned girl with the long hair as the best looking out of all the girls, right?
Right.
And so as a woman, I feel like it's less of that now. But even my young daughter, she's applying to college, and she was saying that in her college application, she's going to talk about how she had to accept being dark skinned. And that she really always felt like she was ugly when she was younger because she had darker skin.
But you know what? It's funny you say that because even growing up light skinned, people were always like anybody that was in my neighborhood that was darker skinned, they felt like being light skinned, we always had an advantage. But I feel like I suffered the same thing that your daughter would suffer because she had to deal with somebody calling her dark skin or your skin is this, your skin is too dark. Whereas we deal with the same thing. Believe it or not, people don't believe that being light skinned, that we go through the same thing. It's always like, oh, well, you're not black. Your skin is too light. You can't be black. You're this, you're that. I've been called everything from, excuse the expression, from white girl to piss color to mulatto and stuff. And that hurts us as well because it's just like your daughter feels like she's not accepted because her skin is too dark. being light skinned, we were the same way. My mother's light skin with like gray eyes. People were like, oh, well, she can't possibly be black. But we know that as a black culture, period, it's like a melting pot. So everybody is like, we have like a million different colors, and we're all considered black. So I never, I've dealt with that, and still as an adult today, I still deal with that same thing. Oh, your hair is too curly. You can't be all black. What are you mixed with? One of your parents must be white, and both of my parents are black.
Okay.
And I think beauty itself, as to me, beauty itself is how you carry yourself, actually.
Exactly.
Because I've seen styles which I've done a style on a person, which she can walk in it. If you know how to walk in your hairstyle or your personality, that's your beauty.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
believe me, I know I walk in mine.
Okay.
Believe me, I walk in it. But we still deal with
style,
that.
you can see somebody doing it and you say, no, you can't wear this.
All right. So the problem is people are getting to understand that they can be confident in their skin and their black beauty. Caller, okay, did you want to add something more to your contribution or ask a question?
No, that was it. I just wanted to, let them know that, even being a light-skinned black woman, we are still part of that black beauty.
Say something to her before she hangs up, because I really feel the pain in what she was saying, so I don't want her to just walk away without hearing that you are beautiful, okay? And despite what anyone has ever called you, whatever name anyone has called you, don't own that. They own that. Let them have that, because that's their ugly, that's their negativity. Don't carry that with you. For you, just have everything beautiful for you.
As an adult, I've just learned to
society here, she
just
has
learn
advantage.
to actually
The lighter skin in the corporate world.
Okay, let's let you finish.
Yeah.
Finish up, and you can tell me. Yeah, please,
Right.
caller, please finish up, yes.
No, I'm just saying I've just learned as an adult to own that, just who I am.
Yes.
But for a long time as a kid, I always felt like an outcast, and people think because you're light skinned and you got long hair and it's curly and everything, or what they consider a good grade of hair or whatever, they think it's like it's a gift, but it's like a gift and a curse at the same time.
Well, it is a gift. It's never a curse. Okay, I'll leave you with that. Okay, the curse word does not even exist. Okay, so your beauty, your natural look, your persona, your God-given persona is a complete and a total gift. The curse thing never existed. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. You have a call on the line. Go ahead quickly.
In regards to colorism,
Yes.
I always stick up for any woman, with any black woman. When someone comes to me and say, "Oh, she's light skinned, she must be mixed," I'm like, "No, she's black. She's black. That's it." Like I don't say like, "Oh, what are you mixed with?" or anything like that. People ask me. I don't feel like I'm light skinned or anything. People ask me, "Am I mixed with something?" I tell them, "No, I'm black."
You see, that in itself is powerful.
Right.
That people cannot just say you are black because you come in different shades. You see what I'm saying? If somebody can just identify you, it's easy when somebody can just say, okay, figure something out, right? But when something is not easy to figure out, that in itself is powerful because you have in you that can produce other things.
Right.
Right? Okay, let's go to the caller, and then we can expand a little bit on that. Caller, tell us your name and why you're calling.
Yes, my name is Eric Freeman. I'm a student at Kennedy King College.
Okay, please tell us why you're calling.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Eric Freeman from Kennedy King College. I have do you guys think that us as African Americans are racially profiling ourselves as far as like the light skin, man, dark skin type thing? Because I look at it a lot. A lot of people, they don't associate with themselves with people that may be light skinned because they're dark skinned. Like, do you feel like that as we as African Americans are racially profiling ourselves?
There's no culture in this world that has that diversity of color than black people. Because there's no other race or ethnicity that has that diversity of color than we do.
Okay, so you think is that a reason why we profile against each other? Do you want to chime in, Dr.
Well,
Naima?
they do that in other cultures. Like they do that actually in Mexican cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Often they have that whole disparity between a dark-skinned Mexican and a lighter-skinned Mexican, and which one is more honorable and things of that nature. But I recently took a trip to Cuba, and I'm telling you, when I went to Cuba, it was black people that looked just like us, light skin, dark skin, brown skin, different textures of hair. In Cuba, they were the same exact people, just speaking a different language, right?
Let's try and answer his question directly.
Okay. His question
is that black people profiling against ourselves because of the different shades of color that we have.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
We do it.
And why?
And I just think that it's taught. It's just
taught.
what we're taught and
Okay.
what's ingrained.
Right.
And I feel as though like I kind of just want to move past all that, right? I appreciate his question, but we continue to focus on that,
Okay.
and that's what's continuing to keep us in that one space of not accepting all beauty because we keep having that particular discussion, and we've been having that discussion for years, right?
Yeah. Okay. Looks like we have other calls coming in. But caller, one quick thing I would like to add to this is to what your question is that, yes, it looks like people in the black community profile against each other. But what we have to understand is that it is not a matter of how you look. You have to identify yourself as a black person and know that within black comes a lot of colors. Okay, so it is fine with that. That is the richness.
Which is why we should uplift ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Exactly. That is why we should be proud of ourselves, our color, and accept it without any apology. All right? Next caller, please tell us your name and why you're calling. Hello, caller.
Yes.
Yes, can you please make your question snappy for us? Tell us your name, and if you can go ahead with your question quickly.
Okay. My name is Brandy. I'm from Kennedy King College. And my comment would be, do you think some women now today is brainwashed from thinking they need makeup?
Mm-hmm.
Because now you see so many Facebook videos with women doing makeup tutorials. So do you think is people being brainwashed to thinking they need makeup?
I'll let you take that one.
Okay. I think
hold on. Looks like we have another caller on the line. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
We lost that.
I think, yes, women share videos often on Facebook of people doing tutorials. Now, getting in the mindset, most men get in this mindset. I have debates with men about how women don't need makeup, but it's not your decision to tell somebody what they need and what they want. So, because if a woman feels like she needs makeup, if she has insecurity, she has to deal with that on her own. That's not nobody else to tell her what she should deal with. But
that's cold. You have to help the people who are dealing with insecurity. Sometimes it's not their fault.
It's not their fault, but you can't force it down their throat. They have to want to be helped.
Yeah.
But when I do women's makeup, I tell them I don't try to transform your look. I'm not trying to turn you into a different person. We're trying to enhance your natural beauty.
Oh, your natural beauty.
For the time being.
Okay.
And after that, it washes off. It washes away because you're still the same person. It's not permanent. It's not always there. And women get into this trend of they have to need makeup, but you don't.
And even when the web makeup is washed off, you're still beautiful.
Yes.
In your natural look. Caller, please tell us your name and you can go ahead with your question or your comment, please.
My name is Mary Mayfield. And my question is, do you think that women of today is wearing too much?
Looks like. Can you say your name again, please?
Mary Mayfield.
Okay, Mary Mayfield. Can you ask your question again because we had a break in your communicate when you were. Yeah, please go ahead. If you can ask the question again, basically.
My question is, do you think that women of today is wearing too much hair, even makeup, and taking away from the natural beauty that they were born with?
Both sides. You see actually both sides of the scale. Like the same amount of, like for Instagram, the same amount of women who wear makeup and do these makeup tutorials, you'll have the same amount of women who are natural and doing the whole natural woman thing and how I do my natural hair tutorial. So I think it's actually split. It's not one or the other.
No, right? Yeah, I feel like it's split. Like you have the women who are more natural and they walk in their beauty and different things like that. Then you have the women who love themselves and they think they're beautiful, but they want to do makeup, like they want to wear makeup, they want to wear weave, but they know who they are. They know they're a beautiful black woman no matter how they look, but this is what they want. And wanting and need are two different things. No one needs makeup. You want makeup because sometimes you want to feel a little extra special.
I got you.
But it's not a need. It's not a necessity, and that's where people get it messed up. Is that it's a necessity, but it's not. It's a need. It's not a need. It's a want.
Right.
It's I want this, and because I can have it. I can wear makeup if I want to, but I don't need anything. You don't need anything to change your look because you're born with who you are, and that's your beauty. That's what it holds.
Okay.
Makeup to cover up. Some like people have vitiligo, some people have pimple, blemishes
And breaks, so they just want to cover up, Okay. What you want to do is we have another call tonight. Please, if you may just maybe jot down notes because of the call, the way the calls are coming in. So after we've taken all the calls, we can address the questions. Caller, please tell us your name and why you're calling.
My name is Akia Mallet. I'm a student.
Scholar, yes. Did you say your name is Key Mary?
Akia Mallet.
Okay, Kia, please go ahead with your question or your comment.
She had a recent discussion, Dr. Naima, about, how today black women are owning up to their, natural. Do you think there's a way that it could be taught to the old generation? Because, the old generation, they, with my mother, she grew up with having purrs and having textures and having this idea that your hair should always be straight, and then it's once I become natural,
Hello, Kia. Hello, you heard her?
Got what she was saying.
All right, thank you. Let's move to the next caller because we're getting the feedback.
Did you write that down about how the younger generation can talk to the older generation about their natural beauty? Like they wasn't rocking afros in the 60s, in the 70s, right? Yeah. I didn't do that.
Okay. All right, you can please go ahead and respond to the caller's question.
This is the 21st century. Let's be realistic. Yeah. So things have changed.
Okay.
So really, what we look at it olden days is different from what their eyes are looking at it.
Right.
With both men and their relationship and all that. It's different. Everything is totally different. So sometimes you have to go with the flow. So you have to go with the system now. What the new trend is
of what beauty is. So parents should not necessarily push down the throat of young ladies how they think beauty or black beauty should be. Is that what you're saying?
I said, show your mama a picture of the 60s and the 70s and say, this is not my generation, it's yours.
It's yours. They're not even thinking about it.
Yeah, and it's
changing. Style.
Right.
But it's changing.
But
more people are becoming more understanding.
But in the same vein, so show your mom's pictures of a 60, whatever.
This is not my generation, this is yours.
Good. Don't you think that nowadays, when it comes to fashion has evolved and evolved so much that we go back to what the 60s and 70s.
Fashion repeats itself.
Yes.
History repeats
Nobody
itself.
taught beauty school, natural hair in a beauty school, but now everybody, that's the confusion. Everybody is wearing natural, but they don't teach it in the beauty school. So now the same thing, like dresses and shoes, they're going back to
the old
that's
days.
how they sell themselves. That's how people make money from the fashion world. They pick up an old style and bring it back to make a different
Because
look.
it's attractive.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And
Okay.
fashion repeats itself anyway. Trends repeat themselves.
Yeah.
Caller, please tell us your name and if you can go ahead with your question or your comments, please.
Hello?
Yes, caller. Tell us your name and please go ahead with your question or your comment.
My name is Varmel Jones.
Your comment, please.
I wanted to make a comment about this issue of beauty coming from the inside. I am one of 4 siblings, and I'm the darkest of those siblings. Now, I found myself looking at pictures of myself, and I always would notice in these pictures, I would stand off from my sisters because I am the darkest one. I'm the one that had the issues with my skin, the darker skin, a different texture of hair. So I grew up as I got older wearing makeup, trying to cover what to me was a problem. It's when I started to accept myself for who I was and realized that my beauty has nothing to do with my siblings' beauty. Now I keep my hair covered just as something that I want to do. I don't wear makeup at all because I have accepted the person that's looking back at me in the mirror. I'm satisfied with her. I love her. And I think she's beautiful just the way she is.
Let me ask you, what changed that perception of yours for the positive?
You know what? I honestly, it's as I got older, I became more aware of self, more aware of my black self, my black culture, interacting with people who had the same mindset as me. And something about that made me see that I am beautiful. I didn't need anyone to tell me that. I didn't need that validation from anyone.
You call it. I'll follow up with you. I really like your comments, and so I might as well just engage in a conversation with you and forget about my guest today for the rest of the evening. But no, interestingly, so now that you've realized that, and that's a very powerful thing, I like that, because once you know the truth, it sets you free. Knowing your identity unlocks a power in you, right? Okay, now that you have that power and the truth, do you know of people or some ladies around you who are suffering from self-identity or beauty or lacking confidence? And if you do, how are you going to use your power now, that the power that you now have, to help them come to the level that you are now?
Well, you know what? Of course, I see women around me that look like me that are suffering with their own identity. And I feel that it is my responsibility to make myself a committee of one to encourage them that their beauty is good enough.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I really like your contribution, Chatto.
The other caller earlier on, who was light skinned, was also complaining of identity crisis. So she being the darkest among the lightest sisters, and somebody called and she said she was the lightest of all, then she felt inferior. This is just a confusion which we have to accept who we are.
Aside from what society tells you, this
cannot change.
And it all goes back to that inner beauty, that inner confidence, that accepting yourself and knowing that you're beautiful irregardless of what society says.
So essentially, we can agree that society has pushed the black community, the entire black community, be it from Africa, South America, wherever you find yourself. Would you say that media and the society have pushed that into this state of confusion? Is that correct?
Yes. Also, it's when they start school, like when you go to school and you see a white girl with straight hair, you come home and you feel like having a straight hair.
Because?
Got majority of the class, the children have straight hair.
Okay. And then the Dole test thing, right? Remember the Dole test? Which Dole is black? Which Dole is beautiful?
Yes.
Okay, we'll come to that. Flash your name and go ahead with your comment or your question. Sorry, before you go ahead, at the hour of 8 p.m. we'll take a short commercial break and then we'll continue with the discussion. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Please tell us your name and then go ahead with your question.
My name is Emma Brookins, and I am a student.
Emma, please go ahead.
And I like the comments. The comments has been great, okay? And I understand about the natural beauty because when I ride the buses and stuff, I just think about, all this, took away all this eyeshadow, these lashes, these wax bras, this weave and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The African woman back in the day was beautiful. But this is the question that I have, okay? What about when they I have a couple friends that they go get cosmetic surgery, and they are beautiful. They want to lift their tits up, raise their butt up, flatten their tummy. That's not natural to me.
Okay, but that's a woman's choice.
I understand that's what they want.
You starting to cross over to the area where the feminists might say, "Hey, this is my body, my choice," right? So we gotta keep that.
But then here's the thing. Okay, here's my body. Here's my. Okay. Looks like we have another caller online. We'll come back.
I have something to say about that one.
Yes.
I got something to say about that one.
All right, caller.
Make sure you got that question down. That question right there is gonna be the one that we need to explore here.
All right, please tell us your name and why you're calling.
My name is Stefan Hamer. I'm from Kennedy King. I wanted to comment on the inner beauty. I think that at a very young age, a lot of black children are not even taught, what is inner beauty or to love themselves, because there's so many parents who are so caught up in materialistic things that it's imprinted and embedded into like a young kid's their entire being to continue to, grow and aspire to have material things, whether it's clothes, shoes, jewelry, makeup, extensions, that they feel that these things make them valuable, because this is what they have learned their entire lives to value. So
that's powerful. Thank you so much. We do have a call. Okay. So before we go to your comments, your responses, I would want to go through some of the comments that we have on Facebook. We have Ishmael Che Pokia Nanamafo, the legendary Nanamafo himself, joining us. Selassie Elliot Amekuji, my own brother, is here. Eric Johnson is also here. He says, nice one, my brother. Nice one too, Eric. Beatrice Doe, Beatrice Doe, Jocelyn Akofa is also here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Big up yourself. Johnny Woods, J. Fred, Marcy L. M. Rati, Walgwan, my brother. Matthew Bayer is also here. What's up, bro? Jamila Sowi Mimo, Regina Ya Obeng, Jeanette Penny Laye, Tamala B. Binion, Akia Mallet, and Saigana Wembley have all joined us. Thank you so much. Big up yourself. I want to read. It's 3 minutes to the 3 minutes to 8 p.m. here at WGHC 98.3 FM. Your voice, your music, your station, and you're still listening to the Progressive Mind Show. We're discussing Black Beauty. It's 2 minutes to the top of the hour actually now. And at 8 p.m., we will take a short musical break. We'll come back and continue the discussion. Sierra Miller said, but is there any legitimacy to light skin privilege? And if so, who is giving light skin an advantage? Is it blacks, whites, or both? I have met many whites who claim to not understand the difference between blacks of different complexions.
They don't care.
They don't.
Okay.
They don't care.
Black is black.
Okay. And then J. Fred says,
don't care.
Hold on 1 second. J. Fred says, being natural is beautiful. Good makeup should bring out your beauty, but unfortunately, people are looking different with makeups on. All right. So when we come back, we'll talk about the influence that men have on women in terms of influence, making them feeling a certain way with their natural look. And then Saigana says some of this comes from rejection of one's Afrocentric uniqueness. Also, the craving or obsessive need to alter via chemical or cover is from false images of what beautiful should be like. Okay. Makeup or weaves is critical to accept yourself and want you to have that's. Thank you. Sai, maybe you want to type this one again because it's not clear at this moment. She continues to say, most important is to love yourselves when we take it off. Okay. She's saying, love yourself even when your makeup is off. It's a minute to the top of the hour. Caroline, Nyano, and Eugenia, Akardi, Zania, Rigu, all just joined us. Thank you all so much for joining us. Big up yourselves. We will take a short musical break. When we come back, we shall continue with the discussion. Stay tuned.
WGHC 98.3 FM, your voice, your music, your station. If you're enjoying the show, you can show it by donating as little as $1 a day. WGHC is a non-profit organization and your donations are what keep us up and running. It's easy. Just visit our website at www.wghcfm.org. All donations are tax deductible. Visit our social media, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at WGHC 98.3 FM.
Spit the drama by
I'm in love with you. There's nothing I wouldn't do. Catch a bullet for you, as long as you want me to. I'm in love with you. There's nothing I wouldn't do. Catch a green for you, as long as you want me to. Italy, Pambango Jera, Uba Kamatanga Segera, Kovinovia Baikoko, Kutoka Manzabe, Picha Twazi, Twanga Kisera, Posti Insta, Wanga Kwakera, Badaya Chali Kimoko. Cause I just wanna let them know I'm African beauty. African beauty. African beauty. African beauty, you're my African beauty. Ooh la la la, ooh la la la. Round the world, girl, I've been looking for you. I think I might just find you in Africa. Girl, you know the sound when I come around. Lost you in the crowd, girl, pick up your crown. Yeah. Do it now, do it now. Do it now, do it now. Penzi tele, Pamba Gojera, Uba Kama, Tanga Segera, Korioloka Baikoko, Kutoka Mazabe, Picha Twazi, Twanga Kisera, Posti Isa, Wanga Kwakera, Atajadi Kemoko. I just wanna live to know African beauty. African beauty. You're my African beauty. You're my African beauty. African beauty. All ladies, all ladies. Thankful for all he has done. Tell me I wanna have some fun. Steady looking to the early run. For your friends, them, let them come. Yesterday, sister was fun. I'm a Dunkalian, come get some. I'm on the run. Enemies, them, fire burn. Do a damn blessing. Come on, come on, say. Ale, ale, ale. Okay. I get the money. Machashi dom mame jeme kwa enje. Ohun sem peace me see my soul mente. Things for you never lost. Because I have any choice. Emma dodo when they boss. Like I never lie when they sauce. You are my sweet honey. Why do you see trade?
Bummy ding, sweetie pie. And when they come yo, my whole friend they come yo. Bummy ding, sweetie pie. Baby, you are the one for me. You are my queen. One let me see you da. Body in the serious, the one for me. One let me see you da. Body in the serious, cause I'm into near. Cause I'm into near.
Welcome back to the Progressive Minds here at WGHC 98.3 FM. Your voice, your music, your station. I'm your host, Alinko, and we're talking Black Beauty. So far, we just want to thank all the callers that have chimed in and shared their views, asked questions. We'll stay here with these three beautiful, powerful ladies. Cherise, Archie on the far right, Dr. Naima in the middle, and then the almighty Chatto, who's watching TV. Chatto, what are you watching? Chatto, this is sports, right? This is sports. You know, you're not the sports person.
You come here a lot because she's so comfortable. We had a break.
Well, the number to ring in to share your view or ask a question is 773-942-7167. Look, if you like what we're doing and want us to do better and support us, please go to our website now, which is WGHCFM.org. WGHCFM.org. We need your support. We are a community-based radio station, and we thrive on how you we thrive on your support. So far, we want to thank you all for chiming in and coming to help us in various ways. Go on our website, donating, but we need more of that. If you're listening to us and you have any technical glitch, that's a reason why you should come to our aid. All right. There's a lot of things that we need to do and we want to do for our community. So please go to that extra length of spending time on our website. Take out your credit card, WGHCFM, hit the donate button. You have an option to choose any show, your favorite show to donate to. Okay. There's a lot of them. Now, the favorite show which I would want you to choose is Progressive Minds. Choose that, make your donation. You also have the option to choose equipment or anything else here at the studio. And so please go ahead and help us with that. Okay. Stay tuned. WGSC has a surprise for you this year. We are not through with events yet, okay? So just keep looking out for that. Go on our website, WGSC-FM, like the page, and then our Instagram page as well, so that when these events come up, you will not miss it. So it's WGHC-FM on Facebook, and then Instagram is also WGHC-FM. All right, ladies, let's quickly go to some of the notes that you took while the calls were coming in. Let's try and go into that, and we'll talk about the influence that men have.
The guy said the inner beauty makeup, and why do women wear the weave and extension, and she doesn't understand that. So yeah.
Well, yeah, Kofi says he doesn't.
Okay, so are you guys ready for the men conversation?
No,
you guys are the ones. There are the men in the room.
We'll come to that. We'll tell you our view. We'll give you our view. So just hold on to that, Chatto.
But yeah, she said the young guy who called the inner beauty and the makeup and extension. You know, there are some people like. I have two boys. Teddy like natural. Anybody with weave, he won't even talk to you. She just want natural. He was born here, but his
that's you.
No.
Okay.
And his
right.
Azzy concept is the opposite.
Okay. Azzy want with and all that.
He doesn't want Azzy is the social media and the lifestyle and everything. So everybody has their personality of that, but when you talk about, I'm surprised even as young as he is, he wants natural. Majority of,
young
because
people.
I do hair and I said, black men cannot even run their hands through black women's hair.
Why?
Because it's always occupied.
It's occupied.
Braids or weave or something.
And pins.
Yeah,
Pins and all that. And rollers.
And then sometimes we don't want them to because we just got our hair done.
Okay. Natural or weave. I don't want you to run your fingers through my hair.
No, but
at all.
most people who are dating white people, the black women who are dating black people, I tell them, I said, white men like running their hands through your hair. They sit down with you, all they do is running your hands. So how are you going to tell them you have a weave? So it's the perception. Most men, to me, from my perspective,
from your experience,
they don't like the weave and it distract them because that's part of romance. Where do we go from here?
Chatto, how long have you been experiencing this in your line of work? This issue of men wanting to going through their woman's hair and the women coming to do different things. How long have you been experiencing this? How long, though?
About probably 30 years. I was on Oak Street for 28 years, so I have all kind of
ethnic
colors
groups
and ethnic groups and black, white, marrying black and white marrying. This
men
coming
and women.
over. So and I go to Oak Street Council and so I was experiencing all this. So there are some, and then I talk to men. I'm a very charming conversationist.
Right.
So I really entertain to ask questions, blunt, whether you like it or not. So these are the things I've experienced from my destiny that most men, majority, just the modern ones maybe like it, or they see a woman, they say, damn, she looks good. But until you get inside and see, oh, she has a weave on.
Okay.
So
these are some of the feedback you've been getting from men. And being someone who makes products for men's hair, for bald hair, for skin, and all kinds of stuff, all kinds of products, what particular product do women or black people demand a lot from your company? I mean, come to buy a lot. What are some of the products that they demand a lot?
Moisturizing.
Moisturizing.
Because our hair needs moisture.
Okay, so they demand moisturizer.
And then the growth cream nowadays,
for the hair.
because of the weave and a majority of black women are going balder than even black the men.
Oh yeah.
Yes, almost about 65% of black women
are going bald.
Yes.
So you're saying that most of the product that's mostly demanded, or that's in high demand.
The growth cream and the moisturizer.
Growth cream for the hair.
And the moisturizer.
It's not the one for the skin.
The skin is...
Okay, thank you.
We're talking about hair now, not skin.
No. I was talking about in general. The products. Yeah.
Even I have more men going to doing skincare, especially with ingrown problems I have, and pimples and acne, and a little bit of... One thing also I realized is a lot of children here have eczema and psoriasis from the sugar and all those chips and junk food has created a lot.
Okay.
And sometimes when you're pregnant, what you eat create a baby for you.
The reason why I ask you this question is I'm trying to see which part of the body, which part of the human black body, I mean, when it comes to black structure or our structure, which part are we trying to enhance and change a lot? Which goes to tell us as a psychologist that if it is moisturizer, then that tells us that as black people, we are not acceptance of our hair more than we should.
Moisturizer, we get ashy. We need lotion.
So the moisturizer is not only for the hair.
It might be for the skin, but let me tell you, if your hair looks good, you can wear a $2 clothing and you look gorgeous.
Yes.
Amazing.
Okay.
So the hair is one of the main problem human beings have.
Okay.
Even
human beings in general.
Men wear toupees.
And you got to understand, like, what black women getting their hair done is a project, right? It's an entire project. Like, it's not like you just wake up in the morning and your hair is just like 100% magnificent. Doesn't matter what you do. Even if you put a wig on your hair, you still have to wash your hair. You still have to comb out your hair. You still have to get your hair braided. You still have to get your scalp moisturized. You still have to make sure your hair is conditioned. And so it's a matter of it's a high we have to maintain ourselves and our hair more than other cultures can have to, right? So someone can just hop in the shower, wash their hair, blow dry it, and go to work. We have to do a little more than that. So that's why we're so sensitive and careful about who touches our hair, who puts their hands on our hair. It's like our pride, our prize, right?
And a lot of work had to go in to make it look the way you want to. So
Yes.
you have to guard it. Cherise.
It's like Solange say, don't touch my hair, because your hair is your crown and your glory, no matter what form or style it is. Me personally, I wear wigs, I wear weaves in the summertime.
Okay.
In the winter, because of the humidity, I wear my real hair because it's cold. It'll stay in the style that I want it to stay in when it's like cooler outside than when it's warm. But that's just my personal preference. I don't like conform to what people say, like, because this is how I want to wear my hair. I'm still a black woman, no matter if I have natural hair, wig, weave, whatever, and I still take care of my natural hair because it's just a protective style. This is not. A lot of people get that confused and thinking like, oh, you always wear wigs and weaves. No, we have to protect our hair because we can't manipulate our hair like somebody else can.
Right.
Because so that's why we keep styles for so long, to keep our hair protected, and then we can switch to the next one. We can't do like one day have our hair straight, then the next day wet and curly, then the next day straight, then wet. Like, some people can do that. Some black women can do that with the texture of hair they have.
Exactly.
But some can't, and the ones that can't have to go into protective styling and a mold. So it's not like women are trying to hide their hair. We want our hair to be healthy at the end of the day if it's going to be in its natural state. And sometimes manipulation is not the most healthiest for some people's hair.
But when you talk about protective style, everybody talk about protective style. But this protective style is the one causing most of the problem. Majority of the problem is caused by the protective style because they think I'm doing a weave and I'm doing a braids, and it depends on what texture and density of hair do you have to create the style you saw in the magazine. It's not for you. So the moment you do that, you're gonna cause problem and tension to your hair. So what type of style and how long are you keeping it to protect your hair? Because the longer you keep it in, the more damaging you cause.
So what you were saying is that in as much as we black women would like to do their hair a certain way, make it, based off what you see on social media or on the magazine. Oh, I like that look, I want to go for that. What you're saying is that you might like that look, but make sure
it's not for you.
But yes, it might not be for you, because make sure you know the texture, the kind of hair you have before you start applying stuff to it, because according to your stats, 60% of black women are going bald. Is that what you're saying?
Definitely. And also somebody can get up and put it up into a ponytail like Doctor has done. But if you have a typical African natural hair, you can put it up in a ponytail. So what style are you doing to protect it?
So don't abuse protective styling either. That's what I should say. Like, don't abuse it. Take care of your natural hair. Give your hair a break sometimes. Like, don't always see people like natural style, like protective styling. No, you have to take a break sometimes. Like, protect it and then take it down. Let your hair breathe. Wear your natural hair. So don't abuse it. That's the thing. Like, if you're gonna do it, like she said, know your hair. Don't abuse it, and make sure that you're taking care of your natural hair.
If you have a natural hair and you blow drying it every week, how do you tell me you have a natural hair? You don't. You're causing damage to the hair than even having a relaxer.
Chatto.
Yes.
People have to, some ladies have to come to get some tutorials as to,
advise them what to do, because a lot of them are going bald, and when you lose your hair follicles and it close up on you as a black person, it close up, it doesn't open up again. You form a scar on your hair because we have keloids. So there's a lot of relaxer burns and weave damage and braiding, and some do cheap weaves and cheap braiding and tension braiding, and it's yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. That's why we have Dollar Store and Target and Macy's and Nordstrom. Everything has a level.
As a makeup artist, when people come to you, what do they crave for more to change for you to change for them or enhance for them? Is it their eyebrow, their eyelash, or their hair, or the face?
It's number one. It's always the eyebrows. people.
Number one thing is eyebrow.
It's eyebrows. People are very particular about their eyebrows. I like. Like they don't want like they're like I try to go for more of like a natural brown, but they be like no, draw it on. Like they want to look like a Sharpie marker, and I personally hate that.
As a man,
I hate that.
as a man, let me give you my input on this subject. Okay, Kofi and I are here, and we're gonna tell you, as a man, what attracts me most from on a woman is her natural the natural shape of her eyebrow. Okay, and I kid you not, a lot of men admire that as well. One. Secondly, you mentioned ponytail. What attracts most men, and I'm one of them, is when a woman just ties her hair in the back. It's simple. You see, I think sometimes most men actually just like the simplest look when it comes to women than the extras. I know for women, it's for you want to look beautiful in a certain way, but men naturally wants the simplest things. Yes, would they admire and look at all the flashy, all the extra stuff? They would, but at the end of the day, they would not want to go home with that. And that is a man's perspective.
Do you see Instagram comments though under these women's pictures? Do you see how the men are under there lusting after them so hard?
Okay,
like I want to marry you and take care of you. You don't even know this woman. You're looking at her physically.
Cherise, hold on.
Sir, what men got to work on doing is accepting us as we come. They're not trying to change us. That's what the men gonna. That's what y'all gonna have to work on.
Doug, hold on. Okay, we want to have a dialogue.
Don't put yourself in the lines, then, man. Don't do it.
No, hold on. Okay, can we have a discourse here? Okay,
all right.
We just have a dialogue. Okay,
Okay, Lincoln, go ahead.
It's not personal.
I know. We know.
All right. So you made a point. You said the men. You said when you see some pictures on Instagram, the men are lasting after them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the key point here is lasting and the natural like. Okay, so I can last over something, but last we know is short term.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it will burn away.
Mhm.
So a man can last and drool and act like he's drooling over, I like that. But how long is he going to appreciate that? And what I'm telling you is that most men, at the end of the day, after lasting over that, men don't want to live with men don't necessarily want to live with something permanently, with something that they last over. Okay, they want to be with something that they can like eternally. So when they last over something, that is not what they necessarily want to stay home with or stay for a long time with.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to party. Everybody likes nice things, right? You may last over something, right? But does it mean that you would like it all the time?
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Here's the conflict with what you are stating.
Mm-hmm.
The conflict of what you're stating, right, is that men lust and like and go for that type of look, right? And so then you have women believing that that's what they have to put out in order to have men like them.
Exactly.
And then you guys don't even want what they put out. You'd rather have someone who's not in that type of image, right?
Right.
So do you understand how that could be confusing and very conflicting to women who do not understand their own self-identity and image outside of a man?
You're right.
Right?
You're right. No, that's very true. Kofi, did you want to? You want to
sir?
Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Right.
Every age in this world has their characteristics.
Okay.
Okay? We all have been there before.
All right.
Pass it. So there's certain age you cannot skip. It's just a lifestyle of human beings.
Okay.
At certain age, you just want to be what you want to be.
Right.
And you cannot. And men also want one thing in this world. They will harass you until they get it. The moment they get it, that's it.
Yeah, they don't want it no
Some
more.
of it is over.
Yeah.
So I think it's just the age
Okay.
factor.
Is the age thing? Okay.
It is an age thing because I feel like as you get older, like you said, some men want more substance, something that they can relate to, that's more real, that they can wake up to. You know, the naturally beautiful, the woman just waking up out of bed.
Right.
But they say they want that, but as I'm pretty young, I'm only 28.
Yeah.
So as I get older, I don't see that happening. I still see these men not growing up, still lusting after women. women, if you go into a nightclub and you see the girl with the heels, the little short dress, you know, her chest out, long straight hair, and then you see the natural girl who's like dressed pretty modest, you know, no makeup, natural.
Right.
They
don't get that attention.
Yeah, they looking at the girl like, who is that? Can I get her number?
Exactly. Right.
And I feel like, as black men, you guys need to teach yourselves if that's what you really want. Like, if that's what you really want, go for that type and stop lusting over women that you say that you don't want because later on in life you want something with more substance. Go for the woman that you actually want, and also don't judge women by their cover, like a book by its cover, because a lot of women who wear makeup and things, that's not their daily habit. You're seeing them right then and there, but you have to get to know someone, because a lot of men judge me as that way. They see me with my makeup and they be like, oh yeah, she's into all that, I don't like that. But when I'm at home, you're gonna see me with this wig off, this curly hair, and you know, no makeup. I'm gonna come at you natural, and I'll go outside like that, and I'll present myself in that way. So I'm able to switch it on and off. But men shouldn't judge, but you should go after what you want. Don't lust after these women.
But okay, before Kofi comes in, have you ever been in a situation where you lusted over maybe a guy because of some things that you saw, right? But then after knowing him for a while, you be like, okay, that is not a type that I want to be with, but I want to be with. Have you ever been in that situation?
Yes.
So it's the same thing with us, right?
But I go for different types though. I don't always lust. Sometimes I see.
No. I'm not saying so.
I've gotten caught up before.
Good,
yes.
good. So we don't always lust as well. All I'm saying is that there's a natural tendency, right, for people to be attracted to some things, right?
Yeah.
But but not necessarily want to be with that for a long time. So in as much as men have that problem that will last over certain things, but we don't want to have that for permanency, same way I think women too, right? You may last over a guy because you saw him one day and he was driving this car. But then the next thing you know is he has a big cigarette or a cigar in his mouth, and you might not necessarily be the kind of woman that want to spend the rest of your life with a guy who smokes, right?
Yeah.
So that's the
women
concept.
are more open though. Men are physical creatures.
Okay.
Men are
So
physical.
scientifically, there's two different things going on here.
Right.
Okay, because women look for men that can provide for the family and provide a stable home, okay, for their family and take care of the family. That's what women gravitate towards, more so than someone who is going to meet their physically attractive needs, okay? Men look for women that they can procreate with. That's the first thing that.
Not
that's
necessarily.
the first scientifically. I'm telling you.
No, we're not. When we see somebody, it's not somebody I can have kids with. That's
I don't mean
babies.
kids. I'm just saying scientific. Now you may deny this, but it's someone that you can find sexually attractive. That you would be wanting to eventually do something to that effect with. Men think with sexual attraction first, more than women do.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to explain with.
That's true.
I try to use very kind words.
Yes.
I don't try to use.
No, sexual is fine. No,
I use words like derriere.
No.
Procreate. Okay.
Women don't get hung up on looks.
Okay.
Women aren't hung up on looks as men are. That's what I will say.
That's
true.
It's just that women have a different set and a different agenda when they meet a man than a man does when he meets a woman.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. That you could meet this guy. He's good looking. He has all the features that would attract you, right? So you lust after him. But then you realize that, he's not fatherly. He cannot be the one that will provide for me and all that. And then before you know it, he's not the one that I can spend the rest of my life with. So let me dump him and go for somebody else. But then before you know it, you've already had things. You've had sexual intercourse with him and all that. Just because you lasted over certain things, right? And the same thing goes with us, as I was saying. But let Kofi come in, and then Maximilian just walked in, so we'll have him join in. Kofi, go ahead.
Yeah. So my thing is, I appreciate God for giving us the spirit of curiosity, right? So as we evolved, I asked myself how we got here from the olden days, where ancient days where women, like Chatto, her product comes from natural things, like the oil and all of that. So I was wondering, I was like, so what were the women doing in the ancient days? Like you said, everything has ages, everything has stages. I understand that. Good. My thing is, when you wear the weave, You go out. What scares me, Senna, is when they come back home and they take the weave off. There's a cap. There's something they put on the natural hair. There's the cap.
Stocking cap. Stocking cap.
You put it on the natural hair. And then they put the weave on. Okay, so why can't look at the way Doctor is now, and the way you guys are now, right? Especially Doctor. I don't see anything that is. I'm not sure what is the thing over on the top. I don't know if it's natural or not, but
that's my hair.
Okay, so you see, that's my point. So this saves a lot of time. It will save a lot of the bickering when we're about to go out. You take like 2 hours to get ready because of your hair and your makeup. And the natural state of who you are that I want to, boast about and praise and all of that. All of that is just in the bedroom when we come. Right. They don't even do it well in the bedroom. They're like, okay, here it is. This is all me. Take me now. But when it comes to going out and putting so much money on you and all of that, you take so much time on that. But the real you don't spend much time on it to make sure the real you comes out. And maybe that will stick and people will accept that. Okay. But when you portray they put so much, like he said, I didn't even know that the weave have levels. Like we have levels of weaves and all that. You can go to Target and all. But if you get the natural stuff and you put all the natural things out there, you put a little powder here, a little bit of that. But some people put so much makeup. It's like, and now we got all these 3D cameras and all of that, and then they filter the pictures, and it makes it look like this person is out of the world. Like, I've never seen this beauty before. But then when you go, you are a human being. You are natural. When you at home, that's not how you look. So when I'm saying that, I'm not saying go out there and look all, all dirty or just all walk around all willy-nilly and just, no. But I'm just saying, the natural you can enhance that a little bit without so much money and all of that. And yet still, the beauty, still in being in the beholder's eye, will still be the natural you and still be there. That's just my tip.
But then when you speak
before you respond, we would like to take
it's an argument.
Okay, we would like to take before you respond. Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, we gonna stop. We're behaving.
No, we would like our guests to understand that we're on set. And so we would want us to keep it going the way we want to. All right. It's a few minutes to the hour of, is it 8:30 now? I'm trying to get my producer to. Okay. All right. So when we come back, we would like you to respond to what Kofi said. Maximilian just walked in. I know it was. We would when we come back, we'll take his view. We'll take his view on how men. And you being an artist, how we have influenced black beauty, basically, from our perspective and from our actions. All right, stay tuned to WGHC 98.3 FM, your voice, your music, your station. This is still the Progressive Mind Show with your host, Alinko. We shall be right back.
Change up me level. That's why me I mash up the devil. Remember the days me a struggle. No girl want kids and cuddle. Me only day another level. Go tell them me better than devil. Girl make you flex up your muscle. Wine to the bass and the treble. I say, as a real rasta man, me must feel irate. Good up on me knees and I pray. Good prophecies in me life come my way. Tell them again. Every day is my body day. We are party and we are feel irate. That's what me say. The haters they want we to follow, but we are grind, we are stay tall. Yeah. Go tell them say we can't play around. Cause deep in our hands we got one love. And I do my change up me level. That's why me mash up the devil. Remember the day me a struggle. No girl want kiss and cuddle. Me money they another level. Go tell them me better than devil. Girl make you flex up your muscle. Wine to the bass and the treble.
Dr. Nafufu, when when and me and get the April Fool, walk a me bashe, na me bache shata. Intaego, one share fresh, one kajala bekun, bekma, bekmu, bekma, bekmu, bekma, bekmu, bekma. Small benute da nya 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 wo ba jo ke nya nya Intaego One share fresh one kajala bekun bekma
Bagam people what's up? All my fellas what's up? Yeah, what's up? All my ladies, what's up? Hello, what's up now? Sexy body, what's up? All my niggas, what's up? Yeah, all my people in the ghetto, what's up? What's up? Tell me what's up? DJs, what's up? All of them, what's up? I'll beat on the beat and you know what's up. Bagari and my people will like to nice up. Like to turn up. Anywhere I go, the people bounce up. We know what's up. We know Alabama, my nigga, what's up? I'm feeling good, now my voice on top. I work hard every day, now the money pile up. Some people think say I play.
Well, you just heard a song from Pato Ranking, and then this one is from Timaya. We're back on the Progressive Mind Show with our beautiful guest here, and okay, now we say we can give beautiful to both men and women, so I'm not gonna give him a special adjective. Beautiful guest here. We're still talking the subject Black Beauty, and so we will go straight to the panel to give us the input on what Kofi. Before we went on the break, Kofi gave his opinion regarding what men would want. I mean, what sometimes men would seek from their women in terms of how they want to see you when you are home versus when you're going out and all that. And you all heard him. Before you respond, though, our fourth guest, who is Maximilian, a two-time Grammy artist producer, he just joined us. Obviously he was caught up in traffic, but Maxi, just introduce yourself really quickly to our our audience.
Yes, man.
And then we can go to our other guests.
Big up yourself, world. Big up yourself and abroad. That's bigging you up, man. Maximilian is my name. I come from Jamaica. I used to live in London. I lived in London for a while in Brixton, and I traveled the world extensively doing production for different companies, for movies, different artists in different countries, and tour most of the time.
Good. Maxi, before I want them to chime in on Kofi's comment, but you add yours and then they can. The ladies can respond. It's not a woman and man versus thing here, but just so they can put it together. What do you think is the contribution of men to black beauty in general? Have we contributed in some of the stereotypes that people have when it comes to black beauty? Do you think that black men have contributed to it?
I would blame that on American black men.
Okay.
More than I would, black men who may come from, Jamaica or come from Africa or some of the other nations, where the hair and skin care and other things are similar.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to see you. Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Am I in there?
Yeah.
You guys see me out there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think it really all depends. It's like in Jamaica we have this thing called, and I'm sure it's in Africa too, many other places, but bleaching. In Jamaica we're against it, but many people do it still. For women who wear, hair weaves and things like that, nothing wrong with that if that's what they want to do. You feel me?
Okay.
And from my point of view, I don't really see guys pushing it away or not. I've seen women with Afro puffs, with braids, with locks, and guys are still whistling at them.
Okay.
Right. So I don't know if they're selling the stereotype of it. But I do know that there are rappers, there are recording artists that will only use a certain type of woman. They feel that that's what they want to depict in their videos and other things. I feel in that way, those who have a voice to the world, such as myself, it's up to us to put that natural black beauty in our videos so that people in our, in our cultures can see that we're upholding that beauty.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
And keeping that alive. At the same time, showing our empresses as empresses and not as, a hoochie or nothing else bad like that. So there are men who do that, and then there are those like myself who look at black beauty as a beautiful thing. You see me?
And a lot of black entertainers have contributed to this negative stereotypes because, like you said, in the videos, they put a certain type and certain look in the videos, and I think that has contributed to some of these negative stereotypes.
Yes.
You want to respond to what he said and then to what Kofi said? Any of you want to start?
I don't want him to say like a black man here because every culture takes what they have. And that's it. What you see is what you get. And that's the culture they are brought up with.
Yes.
Versus when they come to your country to look odd or awkward to them. So every culture brings up the childhood. What charity begins at home. You don't see anything apart from what you were brought up with.
Okay.
And that's what you see. And at this time, to the 21st century, you cannot say this or that. But as he was saying, the only thing I tell every human being is there's nothing you die with but your body, your body as a whole. And that's what you have to take care of it, regardless of it. Because everything has a result.
Okay.
You can put makeup on for a long time. By the time you finish, the end result looks ugly. You can bleach your skin, the end result is ugly. You can do so many things, but taking care of yourself is the most important thing. At the same time, she can put on a ponytail and go to work quick. But some hair, like her hair, if it's a woman hair and the texture is like that, how are you going to put a ponytail? You can put a ponytail.
So you have to enhance it.
You have to enhance it one way or the other through some kind of way.
Okay.
So it's very complicated.
Doctor, you want to chime in on Kofi's comment or his comment? You're blank for now. Cherise, you wanted to, and then we'll come to Doctor when she gets herself together.
Well, I like that he said he accepts women for what they want to do with their hair. I love men like that, that just accept women if it's your choice of what you want to do with your hair.
Right.
That's what I like. But okay.
Time out.
Yeah,
so with
Kofi's point is if you like men who will like you for whatever you want to do with your hair, then replicate that at home as well. Not only when you're going out.
The real you.
Right.
But, okay, so time out. This is this is why I was quiet, because I want to make sure that I present my idea in a positive manner. So here's the thing, okay? We don't have to dress to please someone else. We have to dress to please ourselves.
Okay.
And I think what you keep repeating is that that's not the real her.
Okay.
Right? That it's not the real her when she puts on makeup, or if she puts on a weave, or if she puts on this, or if she does.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so explain that thought, because that's the thought that has to be developed a little more.
Let's
Because
make it brief.
Saying real,
let's make it real, because we know real is maybe the natural features that God gave you without enhancement, right? So let's say if your eyebrow is a certain way, if you don't shape it, that is the real one.
So you're talking
right?
about the real you physically,
like,
not the real you
character-wise.
As your character, right?
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
But why would you want someone not to be who their character is if their physical represents their character?
So
right?
So I like your point, and you made a very interesting one. You said that women have to look who they are, and you have to look, you for you, right? You dress up and do it for you. But the thing is, we also have to look good and be us for who we are, and not for you, right?
Right.
If that is the case, then it looks like we're both going to be living in islands. But we are social beings, and we have to coexist. We have to attract each other so we can have a relationship. This world will not be in existence without relationship.
So why would? But you
right?
will be. So being the real you is a better way to attract a partner than being someone you are not.
Exactly.
Because as me, I have worn a weave maybe once or twice in my life. I prefer a natural hairstyle. I would hate for a man to meet me and me put on a weave so I can meet a man, and then he's attracted to me because I have that hairstyle, and then we no longer can be together because I'm not who I really was.
When you go back home.
Yeah, so naturally, this is who I present myself to as a man. This is my presentation. So any man who's attracted to me is going to be attracted to me as the way I present myself.
All right, let's be cognizant of the time, though.
One thing also is you guys should realize that some people put on all this makeup and enhance their hair to go to work.
Yeah.
So after work, exactly.
You see, when Max was saying a lot of things, I think that him being in the entertainment business, he knows what he's. But you remember, Chatto gave us a story. Beginning of the program said they went to South Africa and a man said that he wanted.
That's my type of.
When God in His own wisdom was creating human beings, He created it not with characters. He created it out of features. He said that the eyebrows is what? That's a feature. You know what I mean? You see, you like the way it grows out of no pencil, nothing like that. And somebody might like the overall shape of your face, your nose, and those type of things. I'm not talking about the character you put on when you're going out. Obviously, of course, you're going out. You gotta look presentable. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna be you're gonna put money, invest in yourself, put wigs and all of that. If you're gonna do it, go do it with the real natural products, and that in turn, when you're doing your makeup thing, you put it before and after, right?
No, sometimes I don't.
Sometimes
because a lot of women do not want before and afters because of shaming on the internet.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly. You see, that's my point. You see, this all this sells the bad character and the bad image that might deceive a man. So why don't you allow yourself for your features to attract the inner being of the person that the opposite sex that would be attracted, because he said beauty is in the beholders, in the eyes of the beholder. I get it. So my whole thing is, if you are home, when you get home, when you present yourself and you are done, you come back home, you take everything off as if where you are, it's not a place where you have to be presentable. Right. After you give birth 1, 2, 3 kids, then it's like all the time in sweats at home. But when you're about to go out, that's what I'm saying, because you can enhance that. You can make that still presentable when you go out, even when you're home, and when you go out, you don't have to invest more into it. But if you like you said, if you like the wigs and all of that, to each his own. I get it, but I'm saying from my perspective, like, okay.
Well, here's how I look at it. I think if a man, world traveled men, you know what I mean? That's why I say we have a different way of looking at stuff. You guys are world traveled men because you're here in America. I'm world traveled because I'm from Jamaica, but I've traveled many places in the world. I realized that our beauty dates back to Timbuktu, to Egypt, where there were makeups, where there were hair enhancements, ornaments. If you understand these things and you know our history, our story.
It's part of us.
It's part of us anyway, that we would enhance that with no problem. So you have to be able to accept our history to be able to know that the beauty lies different ways. And if you love your woman anyway, you will want her to have that versatility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not. We're not talking about the
Cleopatra had a whole wig on her head.
Asian.
And they wore makeup. They wore makeup.
Well, yeah, they there was a story where where the king was it one of the kings in the Bible story where the woman had to. Yeah, the woman had to wear oil for about a whole year before she got presented to, I think it was King Solomon. They put oil on the woman, just put it, and the inside. Yeah.
He's the one that would do something like
well, but the Cleopatras and all those, Asian women, when we talk about beauty, I think they all had some jewelries, extra jewelries, and there was in Egypt, but they also said that civilization came from Egypt. So if we started civilization and we were dressing like that, then it should be accepted now, right?
No, but
in terms of body enhancement, in terms of enhancing the body.
Our ancestors from Ghana, they didn't have that ointment.
But my point.
Okay, guys.
My point is,
guys, we have 9 minutes.
Can I have 9 minutes?
Let me say one thing.
Sorry?
My point is, everybody here.
Wait.
Him.
You want to ask him a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody here have an eye of whom, if you are married to somebody, there's a particular thing you saw in that person that attracted you to pick that person. So every eye has a different way of picking something.
Good.
In the
I
picture.
think the crux of this conversation is the stereotypes that have been associated with black beauty. Why are there, and why should we debunk them? I mean, so that is the main conversation, and of course it's driven us into issues of beauty. And when men and women gather to talk about beauty, it has a tendency to take us this route. But it wasn't supposed to be like, okay, we want you to look a certain way, and it's not us versus you. It's not men versus women. It's us too, right? As men, you talk about bleaching. Men are bleaching in Ghana, Africa, Sierra Leone, Senegal, and Jamaica.
Because the men like the light skin.
Well, so why are we now liking our black skin and doing that? They also said, let's touch on this thing quickly because it's only a few minutes to the hour. We only have like 5 minutes. But there's this notion that black women are the least sexually desired when it comes to the table.
No.
Wait. I'm not saying, guys, hear me. I am not saying this is emphatic. I'm not quoting anybody. All I'm saying is that there is this notion around. Tell me if you haven't heard it. If you haven't heard it before, then I'm the only one that's heard it. But is that notion around? So let's go into that. First of all, what is that, and how can we try to let people clear that out of people's minds to say that, of course, that shouldn't be the case. We are beautiful and we are not only made for sex.
But a lot of women, okay, that is true. Like, we are, but also
there's that notion. Are you saying that
it's a notion,
okay.
But it's in the same sense. Black women are over sexualized.
Yes,
they are. You when you see us in music videos, we aren't like the girl walking down the street with the shirt. We're the girl with the bikini, with the booty out, all greased and oiled up and everything, because they say that we're under sexualized, but they sexualize us so much. They degrade us. They call us names. They put images of this is a sexy black woman when she's busty and she has the big booty and in the thong and all that stuff like that. They over sexualize us.
So this is the reason. Okay, so over sexualizing black women kind of puts black women in one box. Oh, okay. When I see them on TV, they're looking like this. So when I see a black woman, they're kind of creating a relationship between sex and black women.
And then you see how they would treat them.
Yes, and then exactly, and based off that, which men are tempted both. I mean, all kinds of ethnic group. I mean, men in other ethnic groups kind of treat black women based off the notion which has been speculated by what she said. As an artist, would you attest to that? As an international artist,
I have seen that, but it depends on the genre of music. You know what I mean? It depends on the genre. You look at young men like Chronix and Protege. They come from the Rastafarian movement, so they're really not into, bigging up unnatural beauty.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
But at the same time, then you can look at, some other people that are come from my island too, that are in the same genre of music but a little different, and they glorify a lighter complected woman with more of a weave hair or more of that type of hair. I think it's within the individual and what their message is to the people through their music as an entertainer.
Okay. We've identified some of the things. Men contributing to it, people not having confidence. Yes.
Because Chinese have billion people, population. Answer the question. And if you look at the population of other ethnic, China has billions of people. Don't they have sex to have all these children?
Yes.
India has this. So why do you just pick black people when it comes to sex? But you look at all this population, populated countries.
So who has caused that? I mean, who puts black women in videos and over-sexualizes them?
But black men are over-sexualized too.
Yeah. I mean, well, they show our chest. They show,
and the mandingo.
Well, exactly. So,
see?
so that's why I said it's a black thing. So that's why I said it's a black thing.
He likes that. You see, he likes
you like that though.
He likes being called a black mandingo, over-sexualized man. Do you see this?
No, of course.
But every black man doesn't live up to that standard, even though they want to put that up to us. But I'm just saying.
Okay.
He likes his woman real and natural.
Okay.
But he's a mandingo.
No, of course. But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can be natural and be mandingo. Adam and Eve were natural. And
it was over-sexualized. It's like the black man is big. He's intimidating. He's a mandingo warrior. Like
we are warriors. And our women are warriors too. Yasantua was a warrior. She was, she had all the warrior and the gadget and the weapons, but
the maroon.
Yeah, but they were still producing. Our women, they wear the warrior things, but they look natural. But look.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. Okay, please just let me ask this question.
Quickly.
Okay,
because
he's saying like in Africa, in the indigenous cultures, things like that, they weren't wearing makeup and all that stuff. But don't in some of the ceremonies they paint their bodies, their entire bodies. They put mud in their hair.
Oh, those are specific traditional customs.
Okay, but that is still enhancing their beauty, right?
That is
not necessarily with makeup going out to a party.
No, Dr. Naima.
Yes.
Those ceremonies are performed to assimilate a certain type of living, not enhancing the beauty. There are ceremonies. There are ceremonies that women put on ornaments and they put up clothes and jewelries to enhance their beauty.
Okay.
But in terms of painting the face and some of these things,
the clay, some of them to protect the sun against them.
So it's not necessarily the beauty thing. Okay, guys, our time is far spent. We only have three. Oh no, it's okay.
It's time up.
It's done. Okay, 5 seconds.
Okay.
Closing. 5 seconds, please. Literally.
All right.
Closing argument as to what we have to do as black people to accept our identity.
I would say know yourself to be able to accept yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
There's beauty in every human being.
Okay.
You cannot erase what you were born with.
Thank you.
I would say that just embrace yourself. Know that no matter what the outside world says, you're beautiful, period.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you should walk in your truth and really know yourself to know that you are beautiful.
Powerful. Look, it's been wonderful coming your way. Thank you all listeners for the one folks who could not call in. We thank you all.
Can I plug myself real quick?
Yes.
Beautiful Beat Beauty is my Instagram and my Facebook. If you any women want to book makeup appointments, I'll keep you natural, whatever you want to do.
We will come back. We will come back and have a second part of this conversation
It has been a great show. Thank you. My producer today has been Kofi. Thank you all guests for coming in. Alinko has been your host. As a Progressive Minds. You will be listening to WGAC 98.3 FM, your voice, your music station. Next week, Tuesday, 7 to 9, we shall be here again.
Lions Den is coming soon.
Yes, the Lions Den is the Pato Jamaican show is coming too. All right. God bless you. See you. Bye-bye.
I am Manzi.
Oh, I should have introduced the next show.
It's so good. Praise the Most High God every day with your whole heart and desire. Lift him high, lift him high. Holy, 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 holy.
Hello, I'm Jesse White, Illinois Secretary of State.
This is Danielle Mitchell with Average Black Girl.
Hey, this is Don from Our Voice.
This is Jeff Badu from Badu Tax Services.
My name is Agbe Dima.
My name is Olivier Kamanzi.
This is Chatto.
My name is Eme Adibe.
And you're listening to Progressive Mind.
Progressive Minds with your host, Alinko, on WGHC 98.3.
It's every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. on WGHC 98.3 FM.
This is Senna, host of Progressive Minds. You can also call me Alinko. Join me every Tuesday between 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. We'll be coming your way with topical issues that pertain to our community, issues that relate to you and I. Join the #1 community building show in the entire world as we seek to uplift our community. If you're outside the range, just download the TuneIn app on Google Play Store and search for WGHC. If you're an Apple user, just go to your App Store and download WGHC app. You can also ring 563-999-3221 to listen to us live. Search for Progressive Minds on Facebook.